What's going on, guys? Eric from TheWiscoGuyz here. And in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the Grand Marquis. Just a little bit. As you know, some people know, I acquired this car last year in 2020, about November, right around Thanksgiving. Got it from a gentleman's family that the owner of it used to get all his work done here, and he always trusted us to come to us, even to check his oil and stuff and his coolant and everything. So he always came in and had us check everything, even though we are just, we are the body shop at the dealership. So other than that, it actually runs pretty good. There's a couple small issues with it, which I'm going to address two of them today. But this car is originally from California, and by looking at it, you wouldn't be able to tell that there's over 160,000 miles on this car. The engine bay is a little dirty, but we'll get that cleaned up at some point. Not today though. But all that aside, I mean, if I shut the hood, so I mean, just by looking at the exterior, I haven't done anything to this car besides wash it once. And actually I've been driving it the last couple days for just to give it a little run. But yeah, it's a really clean car. The gentleman that owned it before me really didn't drive too much. I mean, this thing is in pretty good shape. There's a couple things, like I said, I gotta fix. Two of them I'm doing today, like I said. But the top is kind of the seams are kind of pulling apart, but we can fix that. We've done that in the past, even on this side too. But we'll get that fixed. I'm not worried about that. The transmission has a little bit of a hiccup in the overdrive gears, like third overdrive, fourth overdrive. But I was just told just to drive it, see what happens, and if anything, maybe put a used tranny in for $100 or $200 or whatever they are. So not too worried about that. But like I said, I'm gonna fix two items today on this. One of the items I've actually had sitting in my desk for probably about 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna go grab it right now. On the passenger side, there is a sun visor, of course, but interesting in this car, there's actually two of them. That didn't really help, but there's two sun visors here. There's one here and one here. So I'd imagine if you were to do that, put that one to the side, and put that one forward, you kind of got a little barrier here in case, I don't know, whatever you're doing. No idea what the point is, but with that, this clip here is broken for the main sun visor. It just the clip kind of broke right there. I've had this in my desk for this car, and I tried to get one from the local junkyard, and it's this clip here, but as we can see here, it's only for the single sun visor, not the double. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna eliminate the double visor here and put this in, only have a single visor, which I think I can do relatively easy. It looks like if I take this off, and then there's a clip in here, and we're gonna pull that out, and then this should be eliminated. And once this is out, this one is out, I can get this one put in, and then we just run the one side visor, which I think is just fine, because my side, the driver's side, is fine. This side I don't really care about. As long as it's got the one, I don't think anybody would ever notice, unless you're riding with me and you're watching this video. So we're gonna get that done today. The other issue I have, and there's one more, which I have a bulb in my desk from my Ranger that will work in this. So pop the lights on here real quick. So you look here, got the parking lights on, but the outside amber light is not lit. So I'm gonna change that out too. I'm gonna change this out, and I'm gonna change that out. So let's get that done real quick here. Before we do that, guys, I want to take a second here. Definitely subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to see more on this Grand Marquis, let me know. I do have big plans for it, but it's in the distant future. It could happen sooner if we get a lot more subs to the channel, or subscriptions from you guys to the channel. So definitely, you know, tell your friends, share the videos, whatever. And if we get, you know, more and more traffic coming to the channel, more and more subscriptions, we might be able to do something crazy with this at some point in the future, sooner than later. Maybe, we'll see. I would love to do a lot with this car. So alrighty, so it is a T20. It's not a Phillips head, so we're gonna get this out. There we go. So that is out. I just need to get this. There's a little clip in there on the bottom in there. I'm gonna pry that down, and then it should slide right out, pull right out. Okay, you gotta pry on it a little bit and it pulls right out. So now that we have that out, I'm gonna try to test fit this one, and it should go like that. It doesn't look the greatest because that one's been there since new. I'm gonna get that on real quick, tighten that down. I might need two hands though. We'll see. That is tight. Oh. So let's try it out. I mean, we eliminated the one. This angle might not work. Oh, it does. That works. Flip it out. It's a little angled, but better than it sitting down here flopping, I think. You know, sitting down there flopping away. I think we're going to run with that. It's a little off color, but who's going to see that? I mean, you're going to be sitting here. You ain't going to be able to tell. So, one thing done. Let's move on to the next. I'm going to just keep this. If I remember right, you have to buy, I looked on eBay, you have to buy the whole, like, everything. You can't just buy this. Maybe one day I'll be searching in a junkyard and I'll find one, and it'll just be like 50 cents to buy. So maybe I'll do that at some point. But all right, so the next thing, I'm gonna shut all these doors and get the lights off in here. Next thing is this lamp here. But we do have a Phillips head screwdriver there, so we're gonna pull that out. See if this just pops out. All right, got that out. I got that screw out on the side here. I gotta take off this cover panel for the radiator. Probably actually come right out pretty easy. Yeah, it's barely in there. Barely in there. Alright, so put that off to the side there. There's apparently an 11mm bolt right down there, and it's like right there. Gotta pull that out. Alrighty, so got that 10 mil. It's actually a 10mm nut, but it's supposed to be 11, and it got replaced at some point. But got that out. So I'll get this pulled out, and this is the bulb right here we want. And it's just an amber 194, and definitely busted inside, so we'll get a new one. So got that changed out. We're gonna test it real quick before we put everything back together, make sure we didn't grab a dud bulb, so you never know. Yeah, so you never know if it'll be working or not, even though it's new. So yeah, that one's working. So we're gonna get this back together, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's fixed. Alrighty, I'll get this thing back on there. That should be good. Okay, so that's in. Shut the hood, and we'll try it out. Make sure it works when it's in. And it does. Looking good. So that's pretty much it for that. Those are the two things I needed to get done. Well, I didn't really need to, but wanted to. And yeah. Let's talk about the car a little bit. It's a 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis, 4.6 liter V8, as most of you guys know. It's got about 100 and let's take a look. It's got about 167,275 miles exactly. So it runs pretty good yet. Like I said, there's a couple things we got to figure out eventually down the road, which I'm not worried about right now. Other than that, you know, the reason why I have a soft spot for these cars is pretty much my first car was a Mercury Grand Marquis, 1984 model year. I'll put in a few pictures as we're talking here, but that was my first car. I bought it for $600 from the high school shop teacher, the metal shop teacher, or no, the wood shop teacher, and then mechanical drafting design teacher. He was actually sitting out back behind the high school with a for sale sign on it, and I figured out that he was selling it. So I ended up buying that, putting a bunch of work into it. Actually, my dad put a bunch of work into it, and by the time he was done getting all the work done, muffler, full brake system pretty much, he told me, you ain't gonna have the fastest car in town, but you have the best stopping car in town. And that car would do a four-wheel lock, send you sideways. That's how good the brakes were. Pretty much lock up all four tires and just grenade the brakes. And it was the best brakes in town. It really was. But I think I got a video of it. Maybe I can get it in here. It's an old video my buddy Mike took of that car, of the exhaust. And then there's another video of me messing around with an old Chevy pickup too. I'll try to put that in now. If not, then I'm sorry. If you saw those videos, I hope you did, but if not, the car was real special in my life because it's pretty much gave me my freedom to drive. Bought it on my own, had a job, actually had two jobs at the time, and bought that, I think, for like $600. And put way more money into it than I needed to, but it only had 57,000 original miles on it, and it was a good car. And until I believe years later, from working at a dealership, a Ford dealership, that the fuel pump was failing on it. Just had all the symptoms of it, where it would, you go up to a stop sign and it just stall right out. And it had that stupid CFI injection, which I thought was good. A lot of people hated it and would rip those things off and just switch it to carburetor, but it was just, it worked for me. I mean, it started every morning. It didn't matter what the temperature was. It could be 100 degrees, it could have been negative 40 degrees. For some reason that car just always started. So I couldn't knock that fuel injection system. But yeah, the fuel pump failed. I ended up selling it to my grandfather. He was into those big LTDs and Crown Vics from the 70s. So I ended up selling it to him. I think I bought it in 07 in my senior year, in the fall of senior year. I ended up selling it, I think, in 09. No. Yeah, no. Oh man, I gotta look. Either it was 08 or 09. I don't think I had it that long, but I put a lot of miles on that thing. If I had it only a year, I think I put like 20 some thousand miles on that thing in a year. I drove it a lot. It was not easy on gas. So this is when gas was $4 a gallon when Obama got in, and Obama just got in. It was like, holy crap. Like, you put 20 bucks in, you wouldn't even get 5 gallons. It was like ridiculous. And I remember walking to work a few weeks. Yeah, I had to have had it. Yeah, since it was like 09, I think I got rid of it. Now that I'm remembering, because I remember in 08, I still had it. So yeah, like 09, I got rid of it. So, but now I've always wanted another Panther Body or Crown Vic or Grand Marquis, and this one was presented to me. And I'll talk more about that in another video, like how it came about. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of me and my Panther Bodies or big body Fords. I just love these cars. They ride good, they drive good, they're quiet. I mean, this one's probably not gonna stay quiet for a while because I put dual exhaust and everything, but that's later down the road. I'm not gonna worry about that now. But I'm just gonna drive this car and enjoy it this summer. I'll probably just daily drive it to work back and forth like every day in the summer and spring and fall. That's pretty much the plan with it. I'm going to end up getting collector plates for it because it is 20 years old, or over 20 years old. Being a 2000 in Wisconsin, you can put collector plates on a car when it's 20 years old. So I think I can justify that. The only stipulation with that is you can't drive it in January, which I probably won't anyways. So that's what I got the truck for. So that's pretty much it for now. I've got the two things done. So like I said, if you guys want to see more on this car, definitely comment below on it and let me know what you want to see on this car. I would like to run like a martyr report on this thing to see how rare this is, because with the California package, I think it's somewhat, I'm not going to say desirable, but somewhat low production. So on that note, I think we're going to end the video here for the Grand Marquis. If you like the video, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more on this, let me know. And definitely, thanks guys for watching. Have a good day or night or whatever you're having. See ya. Bye.